additional guests with us now. I'd like to introduce Dr. Justin Webb, who is the new Belk Distinguished Scholar in Business Innovation. And with him, I have Luzina Holden, who is a senior in the management program in the Belk College of Business. So we're going to be speaking with both of them about innovation and entrepreneurship. I'm so excited about this. So, Dr. Webb, you have just arrived at UNC Charlotte.
I have, yeah.
And tell us what brought you here.
Oh, there's always a lot of push and pull factors driving a move, but I think the most exciting thing for me was really the emphasis that the Belk College has on the development of new knowledge. And that's so critical in the domain of entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurship is what is driving new things. There's so many new things happening, so much novelty. And what are we supposed to teach our students about these new things that are happening? We really don't understand them yet, and that's why we need to develop new knowledge and conduct research to get at that.
So you're, as the Belk Distinguished Scholar in Business Innovation, you are teaching, you're doing research, and tell us how you define innovation and entrepreneurship, because they're different terms, perhaps, you're going to tell us. So how would you define each of those?
Yeah, everybody has so many different terms for what innovation is and what entrepreneurship is, but I think the definition that I talk about when I talk about innovation is that it's a solution that is commercialized to address customers' needs. Entrepreneurship is a bit more broad than that, but people talk about innovation as the essence of entrepreneurship, so they're very hard to disentangle. But entrepreneurship is a process through which alert individuals recognize opportunities or market needs and then exploit those opportunities. And so individuals, they recognize the opportunities, and then that's where innovation is inserted into that process, because that's their solution to the customer's needs. And then entrepreneurship comes back, and it's where they're building an organization around that innovation to actually create the value.
Very interesting. And you're teaching undergraduates in this, and you have a course. What is the name of the course?
Well, it's just a general entrepreneurship course. Yeah.
Okay. And tell us about some of the activities that are involved in that course to teach about those topics.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of cool things, I think. Luzina's in the mix of it right now, and I think she's working so hard that she may disagree on the coolness of it. But yeah, we're trying to give our students entrepreneurial competencies, and then we're trying to give them the experiences to where they can actually act in entrepreneurial ways and leverage those competencies. So when I talk about entrepreneurial competencies, I'm kind of talking about opportunity recognition, alertness, conveying a vision, creative problem solving. So these are entrepreneurial competencies that are very distinct and different from other general business competencies, such as putting together financial statements or promoting and advertising a business, and hiring a staff. So they're very distinct competencies, and because entrepreneurship is a process, it's about action. And so we want to give them the experiences to act in entrepreneurial ways. And so one of the first things that I always like to do at the beginning of the semester is this egg and pencil exercise. And so I give the students, I walk in and they don't know this is coming, and I give them an envelope that has 2 pencils and $20 and an egg. And I say, y'all want to be entrepreneurs? Y'all go out and make money. And usually there's a period where they have a lot of questions and this puzzled look on their face. But I say no questions, no rules, just go out and make money for the next hour and 15 minutes. And so, some students will go out and they'll get stuck on the egg and the pencil, and they want to make money with the egg and the pencil, and they're not really thinking about anything else. And then you have a second group of students that they see the $20 is there, but they don't want to take a risk. It's my $20 that I've given them, and they don't want to lose my $20. And so they then go back to the egg and pencil. And then there's a third group that will actually take that risk. They'll throw away the $20. They'll throw away the pencils and the egg, and they'll use the $20 and they'll invest it, and they'll sell water or Kool-Aid or popsicles, or they'll go out and buy Windex and go clean people's car windows as they leave the parking deck. But they'll actually take a risk. And generally, the students that get stuck on the egg and pencil, they don't make as much money. Some do. Some that hustle definitely make a lot of money, but then it's the ones that actually take the risk and spend the $20 that generally do much better. So that's one exercise that we do, and it's trying to teach them that, hey, you need to break the rules. You need to take risks. It's also teaching them about targeting a specific market. And it's also teaching them about, okay, here you have your resources, and you have resources at hand that you can use to exploit an opportunity, or you can look at an opportunity and think about, okay, what resources do I need to get to exploit that opportunity? So there's a number of different lessons that can be taught with that exercise.
That is an excellent example. Luzina, I'm sure you remembered that example in class.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I was in the group that did not want to risk his $20 that he gave us, and we tried to focus on the egg and the pencil. We tried to do an egg hunt. No one was interested. Eventually we decided to sell the pencils. We tried to target people that looked like they were in the need of a pencil, someone just broke in their pencil, or so we went to the student union. We were not very successful, but it was a lesson learned, most definitely.
And tell us what else you're learning in this course and what it's making you think about.
I'm very excited. It is a lot of work in this course, a lot of work, but it's a challenge, and I love a challenge. One thing that we are working on currently, we have a end of the year project. We have a project called UNC Charlotte Has Talent. And with this project, we are broken down into an organization. We have a president, we have a vice president, and we have organizationals, head departments. And I am the department head of the accounting firm. And with that, I keep budgets, I keep the income statement, expenses. We have to make a break even of $6,000, and we have to have 100 people attend this event in order to be very successful in this event. So it's a challenge working within my department, working with other department heads, as well as the president and vice president. I like the structure. It's an everyday typical structure, predominantly for organizations in the real world. So I'm very excited.
Well, I think it's very entrepreneurial that you're here today then, because you can tell us when this is.
Yes, ma'am. It is November the 18th.
Okay, fantastic.
At 7 p.m. in Cone.
Okay, so all students invited?
All students invited, non-students invited, faculty and staff as well. Anyone could come. It is $2 admission for students and $4 admissions for non-students. We haven't decided on faculty and staff. I apologize, but we will get those numbers out most definitely.
Great. Well, tell us a little bit about generally how you think UNC Charlotte is preparing you, and tell us what you hope to do after you graduate, but how you think UNC Charlotte is helping you to prepare you for what your goals are.
Well, currently I just finished an internship with the Sherwin-Williams Company, which is a paint company. I was pursuing a management and sales internship. It was very interesting because I never looked at the sales side of things. And from there, the Belk College of Business has prepared me. I transferred in as a junior. So coming in, I didn't know what to expect. But the Belk, UNC Charlotte in general, is a school that challenges you. And every day is something different. And that's exactly how management and sales are. You're going to experience something different every day, as well as, specifically in the Belk College of Business, you have the accounting, you have calculus, finance, management. It all wraps in together, and they are really preparing me and other students for the real world.
That's excellent. How would you describe, you've already given us a good description, but to someone who doesn't know about UNC Charlotte or the Belk College of Business, what are some words you would use?
I will use the same words. It's very realistic. There has not been, I've been working for 11 years of my life. There has not been anything that I have not done that I have not learned in the Belk College of Business. They are expanding my knowledge as far as what opportunities out there. They are challenging things that I may not have known before, especially going into management. I accepted the assistant management position for Sherwin-Williams, so I had to be the human resource manager. I had to be the operations managers. I had to be every manager possible. And the Belk College of Business, it sets you up for success for whenever you do graduate. For me, in May, I will be ready to take on this challenge.
That's excellent. And Dr. Webb, you're also teaching at the graduate level, is that correct?
That's correct,
so, you know, people can move on from the undergraduate level and continue to get their master's or their PhD. What class are you teaching at the graduate level, and are you trying to teach them a little bit about entrepreneurship and innovation?
Yeah, so at the in the MBA program, I'm teaching a course called Global Strategic Management. And strategy is very much a course that is about reasoning and logic and applying and integrating concepts that we learn in the class and from theory to real world cases. And so it's a very case-oriented class and a very integrative class as well. So it's very much a capstone type of course to where you're taking concepts that you've learned previously in finance, marketing, management as well, and applying them to help address these issues that firms face in the cases that we present to them. But yeah, in terms of applying entrepreneurship to strategy as well, you know, strategy is about competitive positioning, and entrepreneurship is about creating newness. And you really have to see those things as being very complementary. You know, you can create a lot of newness as an entrepreneur, but unless you're able to position yourself from a competitive standpoint and create entry barriers and such, competitors are going to come along and marginalize your profits. And so strategy and entrepreneurship very much go hand in hand.
Excellent. And you're also involved in research and as part of your duties as a professor. And tell us a little bit about the research that you've done, that you're bringing here, and that you hope to continue.
Yeah. Well, do a lot of different things, but I think one of the things that's probably dearest to my heart is that now that I'm a founding member of what we call a social impact research lab. And this lab is a group of scholars from around the world, and we're all very much passionate about helping non-governmental organizations provide better solutions to poverty. And so right now we've taken a trip over to Ghana, and we've talked to a number of non-governmental organizations about the different projects that they have locally within the context and where they think they might need some help. So just to give you one example, a lot of non-governmental organizations will take what is called a group lending approach to funding entrepreneurs within this context. But the non-governmental organizations, they take many different approaches, and so they don't really know what's the best group lending arrangement. You know, should the groups be, how large should the groups be? Should they be composed of men? Should they be composed of women? Should they be composed of a balance of men and women? Should they be composed of entrepreneurs that are in a specific context, like hairdressers? Or should they be from a range of industries? And then, you know, what should be the repayment terms? Should the group be responsible for repaying the loan, or should each individual be responsible for repaying their own individual portion of the group loan? And so there's a lot of things that we don't know, and the approach that we take in the Social Impact Research Lab is quite a bit different than the traditional approach taken by scholars. So traditionally, scholars will go out and study organizations and try to describe what they're doing and how distinguish how one organization is performing better than another. We're actually trying to take this field experiment approach where we're trying to help the non-governmental organization manipulate certain things, so manipulate different aspects of the group lending arrangement. And so we'll take one approach in one community and take a different approach in a different community and take a different approach in another community, and then we're able to study those different approaches and figure out which one's the best. And so we're really helping them in an immediate and a direct way. So
that's a really good example to tell us a little, just a taste of what you do, but I know there's so much involved. Well, I think, would there be anything else that you both would like to add about innovation, entrepreneurship, or UNC Charlotte?
I think the the big thing for me, the very surprising thing for me is that 80%, over 80% of high school students nowadays want to own their business at some point in their future. That's amazing to me, how many people want to be entrepreneurs. And so, yeah, we welcome anybody that wants to come into our entrepreneurship program.
And to elaborate, I feel like this entrepreneurship course that I'm taking very seriously, because the simple fact that, once again, with Sherwin-Williams, the store is mine. I run it the way that I want to run it. Yes, I did not find the company, but at the end of the day, I manage it, and it's also the entrepreneur aspect. So if anyone wants to take entrepreneurship, Dr. Webb would challenge you. It's very exciting, but it's very, very extremely hard work, but hard work equals success. So,
what a way to end our show. Well, thank you both for your time. Really appreciate it. It was a pleasure. Thank you.